We will start with District Attorney Dan Dow, and we will go to Greg Haskin for that.
Good morning, Chair Paulding, members of the board. Thank you. I'm Dan Dow, your district attorney for 12 years, and I just want to give you some data. In that time, this office has returned general fund money to the county in 9 of the last 11 years, totaling $3.5 million. And that's a record of restraint that I would ask you to hold in mind. Out of the county's $1.01 billion county budget, the DA's office receives roughly $19 million in general fund support to prosecute every criminal case for 300,000 residents. Health and Human Services receives $60 million, 3 times our share, plus $300 million in federal and state funding on top of that. I raise that not to criticize HHS, but to put the disparity on the table. Over the last several years, we've been required to cut 5 full-time employees from the DA's office budget. So today I'm requesting 5 positions. A paralegal, none have been added since 2014, a restored victim witness advocate, a restored administrative assistant, a restored felony deputy district attorney, and a new elder abuse vertical prosecutor, which I've been asking for 7 years, every single year. At a step 1 cost, these positions total $857,839, which is less than 0.1% of this county's budget. Government code and court precedent are clear that underfunding that materially impairs a district attorney's mandated duties crosses a constitutional line. And I'm not making a threat, but I'm merely pointing out a legal reality, and I'm stating it for the record here today. Adoption of the county executive officer's recommended budget without approval of these 5 budget augmentation requests will materially impair the district attorney's independent investigative and prosecutorial functions. Consistent with Hicks versus Orange County, Scott versus Common Council of San Bernardino, Government Code Sections 25303 and 29601 and the California Constitution, the district attorney hereby places the county executive office and the Board of Supervisors on formal notice that a budget failing to fund these requests crosses a legitimate fiscal decision into an action that unlawfully impairs the public prosecutor's constitutionally and statutorily mandated duties. This office convicted Paul Flores for the murder of Kristen Smart. We've prosecuted gang murders occurring in our community, human trafficking rings, and we've protected property owners from tens of millions of dollars in real estate fraud. We've done this while absorbing an exponential increase in workload, not just from digital evidence and body-worn cameras, but from a wave of state legislative mandates, including race-blind charging requirements, retroactive resentencing eligibility, youthful and elderly parole hearings, and reviews of cases that prosecutors and the victims in those cases believed were permanently closed. Sacramento has added obligation after obligation to our plate without sending a single dollar to San Luis Obispo County to help us carry them. Our mission is to bring justice and safety to this community by aggressively and fairly prosecuting crime and protecting the rights of crime victims. I'm asking you today to please fund that mission. I'm requesting roughly 0.1% of the discretionary general fund, about $1 out of every $967 that this county spends out of the general fund, to fully fund the prosecution and functions that protect every one of the 300,000 people who live here. And so before June 8th, I'm asking you to work with me to find a path to these 5 positions. I'm available, I'm willing, and I'm asking for your partnership. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, a question of the DA. Dan, that's an impressive display of posturing, and you're going to have your chance to make your case when we get to budget hearings in June. But I have to ask, with your formal notice to the Board of Supervisors, are you threatening to sue the county if you don't get your way?
Mr. Supervisor, you heard my comments. It's not a threat. It's a legal reality.
Then why are you putting us on formal notice?
Because
unlawfully, asserting that we're unlawfully impeding your ability to do your job when you've met all your performance measures.
Supervisor, thank you for the political opposition.
It's a policy question,
okay.
Dan.
We will have a proper way.
on June
In
8th.
discussion, Supervisor Gibson,
I'd like
as the
the,
chair of this board, this back and forth is
and I'd like a response from him as to whether he's actually threatening.
out of
to sue us.
courtesy. If the DA would like to respond, but this is not an opportunity for back and forth. So I will give you a
So-
courtesy to respond.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. As I said in my comments, it is absolutely not a threat. But if I don't advise your board of the constitutional requirement and the impacts of it, then I haven't done my job as the district attorney. It's my job to advise you. You'll have your county counsel to talk to you and your executive office. But it's my job as the district attorney to let you know about the effects on this department and on public safety for the entire community of San Luis Obispo County.
Thank you.
Thank you.